What is going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Listen, we've got a great guest. I don't want to waste any time with a big intro. I want to bring this dude right in. You guys, I'm telling you right now, put your seatbelt on for this one, okay? We got a Texas boy living in Atlanta right now, okay? The name is Calvin Hill. Some of y'all might recognize him. He's that dude. We're like, who is this guy? And it just so happens that our team booked him for today. So we're all going to meet him here together for the very first time. I love his content. You guys are going to love him too. With that being said, Calvin, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. So what is up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just kicking it. What's going on?
I love it. I got it right. You're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you're from Texas, as we can see, man. You're not hiding that. I'm looking at the horns above you right now, man.
Yeah. Office is definitely decked out for that Texas feel. I needed to still feel like I was at home, even though I'm here in Georgia.
Yeah. So I want to learn a lot more about like who Calvin is, but I want to hit with some hard hitting stuff right off the bat, and then you can weave your story in.
Let's go.
In any details. So I want to know what led you online. I watched a few of your videos to know that you have experience all throughout the music, in the hip hop, in the R&B industry. And I'm like, I saw that you had a camera. So I was like, was he a photographer? And now you're doing online marketing, affiliate marketing. I'm like, who is this guy? Right. So tell us who you are and what brought you essentially online to do affiliate marketing, coaching, consulting, and ultimately what led you to our community.
Yeah, so it all started with my love for music. I was producing music, and I was just trying to figure out how can I sell my music. And so I was hustling music inside and outside of, stores at the time. It was Mars Music, Guitar Center, and I was hustling. And I actually met someone who later on ended up becoming my mentor. And he was just telling me I was doing it backwards. He was telling me I was doing it all wrong. He was like, you're inside of this music store trying to sell your beats to people that come inside the door. And like, what do you see? 20 people a day? Long story short, he told me that I needed to take my music and put it online. And so that I was on mp3.com at first. That got bought out in an acquisition deal. And I moved it over to SoundClick, not SoundCloud, but SoundClick. And so my music ended up charting inside of that. And he basically told me, he said, listen, stop selling your music and start leasing the music. And so I was like, what do you mean? And so him telling me to do that allowed me to actually stop trading time for money. Because every time I sold a track, I had to go back in the studio and produce another one to replace it. So I was trading time for money. He said, stop doing that. Put your music in a catalog, and that way you can just focus on marketing it, and you don't have to, you just sit back and collect the money. And I was like, that's super powerful. That ended up me learning how to grow an email list to where not only did I have that catalog of beats, but I was able to send out one email and immediately do large numbers. From leasing the track. So that really got me. I was like, I'll never do anything. I'm hooked online now.
So I want to interject just as another hook of why people need to listen. So you all, right now, as it sits up until this point, you've got 200,000 visitors that come to your website each month. You've got 397,000 Facebook fans. You've got 10 million plus per month views on Pinterest. Okay. In 2016, you drove Uber to turn it into 100,000 plus per year income. Okay. Multiple 6-figure income.
Yeah.
with digital marketing as the #1 rideshare channel on YouTube, which is the
Yep.
Simple Driver, which has 84,000 subs. But all of this,
Yeah.
I want to tie it back into what you just said. All of this started by you starting to try to sell your music, and somebody said, look, you're marketing it wrong.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you began to understand the mechanics and the dynamics of direct response marketing, digital marketing,
Yep.
building an email list, and being able to speak one to many. And from that one little seed that was planted from in a musician who was talented, but just like so many people who are talented, our products sit on the shelves until we learn how to market them.
Yep.
It wasn't until you learned that, what I call a transferable skill. A lot of people think, oh, well, it just applies to selling this or selling whatever my narrow focus is when I first get started. But you're going through examples starting with this very beginning situation to where you learned marketing, what we teach here, what we're so passionate about, what you're now passionate about. And it sets your both music career. We can obviously see you're still in the music. We got the speakers and everything right there, but it set your music career off on a different path, but also gave you the ability to now create sort of, if I can be hypey just for a second, income on demand, right?
Yeah.
So did I get all that right? And
You
continue on with the story.
Yeah, no. So it did. It basically gave me a platform to be able to, like you said, pretty much print legal money. An email list is legal money. I learned how to not just, I don't like to use the word sell. I know we do use it has to be used sometimes, but I don't like the word sell because I learned a long time ago that you don't have to sell anything if you learn how to solve someone's problems. And so I became very, very good at solving people's problems, right? Like if I'm thirsty and you have a bottle of water, you don't have to sell me on that. That solves my problem. I'll give you some money for it. I promise you. And so what I realized is, in building everything that I do, and we'll get to the power of publishing, those 3 Ps here in a second, but it's all about solving a problem. And I knew that artists out there needed music, producers needed drum kits and stuff like that. They had a problem. And all I did was take my product at the time and just put it in front of them and said, hey, you got a problem. Here's how you solve it. And I became very, very good at that. And just using the platforms out there. And it's even better today because the social media platforms and the search engines, man, I didn't have that stuff when I first started. Today, this stuff is child's play.
Yeah. Amazing. I love hearing how you used these skills that we're both clearly so passionate about now, and we teach and we share and we publish content about them, to start off and boost your music career, even driving Uber, and then taking your, some would think monotonous kind of day-to-day driving around and turning that into a YouTube channel. Would you tell me more about that and how specifically you took that sort of boring, like there's 99.999999999% of people are just doing the job, but you used which is
digital
your
marketing.
Your publishing and your promoting capabilities to be able to build a YouTube channel and more streams of income. Talk about that. I'm very curious about how you did that and where that came from.
So I won't be long-winded with it, so I'll just kind of put it all together for you. But when I heard about Uber, I didn't know what it was at first. In 2016, I was very new to it. And my cousin exposed me to it, and I was like, this is going to be big. You mean to tell me that someone's has a platform, a digital platform, to where they're putting all this stuff together and allowing people to get rides? That's going to be crazy. And so what I did is I went and said, okay, here's what I need to do. I need to get on the platform, and I need to actually drive and learn how the platform works, how the customers work, what they call riders, and how the actual drivers work. Like, how does this all work? And so I committed 6 months to doing this, not because I needed the money, but because I needed the intellectual property. I needed to know how it worked. And I already knew what I was going to do with it. So in driving for 6 months, what I did is I basically took all the information I was gathering from the riders, the drivers, and the platform itself. And then I actually went and started logging that into and categorizing it into chapters into my Evernote. And then I went on as I started experiencing, I started sharing that with people. You can see that first video there.
Yeah, it's got a million views on it.
Yeah. So I did that to show people, hey, I'm on the platform. I'm actually working. Now here's where the game changer is. Most of the drivers who get on the Uber platform, they think they work for Uber. And I'm like, you're so wrong, right? This is you're an individual contractor and you're a business owner, and you need to run this like a business. You're just not an Uber driver, you're actually a business owner. And so if you look at my content on there, I basically started helping drivers understand how to run their business. I was helping them out with taxes. I was showing them how to create their website so that they can get more money with referrals. Long story short on that ended up getting the attention of Uber, them flying me out to their headquarters to be in commercials. I did sponsorship deals, ended up being in a rideshare book. I just, turned it into multiple six figures, monetized it 5 different ways.
Man. Come on, man.
But it all started with just really giving back. I mean, the more you give, there's a reciprocity factor in there.
Yeah.
If you can teach someone how to be financially free, you won't have to worry about money. I'll just promise you that. It doesn't matter if you're selling a product or service. And I don't like, again, you sell, but people will give you money to help them solve more problems.
Yeah.
And so that's how it came about.
Well, money is a problem for everyone, even people who have too much of it. It's still a problem, right? A very wise phrase said a long time ago: "More money, more problems."
More money, more problems. Yeah.
So money is a problem if you have too much of it, and it's a problem if you don't have enough of it.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
you see what I'm like? So, people will pay. And what I find really fascinating is that so many of us have the ability to create, like you did, opportunity, or show others how to find opportunity to, make more money, to run a better business. Like you could have easily taken your music, and maybe you have, but I could easily see how you could take your music marketing knowledge and market that to other musicians and have a full-based digital product coaching mastermind. You could have. So
I've done that. I actually did that earlier in starting off earlier online. That's pretty much. But I won't discuss numbers because I don't know how we can do it. But I had my first multiple 5-figure month like in 2008. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But that was from me again helping. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. I mean, if you sell flowers, if you're a pool player or bowling, if you bowl, it doesn't matter the niche. You can help so many people with your intellectual property. Someone told me once before, you can take a carpenter and his knowledge of carpentry, right, in his area, he can only do what $50,000-$60,000 in his little city because he can only see so many people a year with that intellectual property, right, and that knowledge, trading time for money. But you can take that guy, put him online, and create a course or an ebook, whatever, and it's just like all of a sudden now I can show you how to make multiple 6 figures with the same knowledge that you have without trading as much time. And so that's what I did. I just help people solve problems, man.
It's about going from just simply trading time for money with these, right, to then taking what's in here, which is everybody's dream. Especially you just told my story. I was that carpenter. I wasn't even really a carpenter. I was just kind of a construction laborer. You know what I mean? I didn't even really. I hadn't earned that title yet, but I was just more like a grunt man.
Yeah.
But man, I had this dream that I wanted to make money off of what I know. I wanted to make money from my brain. And I can remember saying that, man. I can remember saying to people, to myself, I just want to figure out how to make money with this instead of with these.
Yeah.
And dad, that made a lot of sense to even my dad. It makes sense to anybody. You guys, let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you as well, right? It's like, I want to just stop making money with these and with this, the back and with the knees and right. And I want to figure out how I can make money with this so I can sit in the AC and I can sip. I got 3 drinks going right now. The AC, I'm comfortable, baby.
Yeah,
You know,
I do it every day.
my boys are out there right now who, you know, I used to kind of, they've laughed at me in the past. Like, look at this fool over here, internet marketer or whatever. But I know some of my boys are out there sweating, man. And what this, the information marketing business allows us to do, whether we're selling the core 4 courses, coaching, events, or we're selling somebody else's as an affiliate, which can be just as fun and profitable if we do it right. It is that entrance. It's the easiest, lowest barrier to entry. And back to my original point is that if you have any knowledge about any industry and you can show somebody how to improve their business, you can show a carpenter, if you're a carpenter, how to sell his knowledge or to run his business better. Right? It's not particularly about teaching him to sell his knowledge. Let me edit that out. It's about just simply showing them how to run their business better, just like you were doing with Uber, showing other Uber drivers how to run their business more successfully, showing affiliate marketers, which is what we do right now, showing affiliate marketers or people who want to come online, how they can be more successful with that particular craft. It's the sky is the limit. So how did you eventually get in now to doing like, I'm blown away by your TikTok channel. You've taken that almost 400,000 followers in just over a month. Talk to us about the last kind of year in your business and what's led you to Legendary and what you're doing today.
This is going to be a crazy story for you. So I came across Legendary. Well, I've been doing digital marketing, like we said, for years. But I came across Legendary. I was doing something on YouTube, and I came across, and I said, "Man, what is this? Like, this dude is really, really excited about what he is promoting here. And that's rare." And so I said, "Let me look into it a little bit." And so I actually, joined and went through the 15-day challenge, and I said, "Oh wow!" I was like, "I've been doing this a long time." And this platform is powerful. So let me just give you your flowers right now, Dave. What you guys have done is incredible. And so I said, this will allow me to actually help more people understand digital marketing. Most people, they get online and they have no idea there's a lot of umbrellas up under the digital marketing umbrella, right?
Yeah.
There's affiliate marketing, there's email marketing, there's content marketing, there's social media marketing, right? It's a lot up under that umbrella. And if people don't understand that and they get in and they're only in one lane, they're trying to figure out why they're stuck, why they're not making the money that they want to make. It's like, because you don't understand digital marketing, right? You only understand content marketing, but there's a lot of other legs that you need to understand in order to really expand in your business, right? And so when I looked at your platform, I was like, this is amazing. So what I did is I segmented my list, right? Any good marketer has an email list, and you know about segmenting. So I segmented my list and I said, I'm just going to test this out because I don't know Dave, right? And so I sent out one email to a segmented list, and I sat back and I watched it over, the next couple of days, and it converted like crazy. And I was like, oh, wow, this is the real deal. Like, what they're doing over there, they really know what they're doing. And so that happened. And then the crazy part behind it, I totally forgot about it. I got so busy with my other companies and brands, I totally forgot about Legendary. This was like July of 2019 that I sent that email. So some stuff kind of, I made a couple of dollars there or whatever. I totally forgot about it. And then, of course, 2020 hit, didn't do anything because of the pandemic or whatever. It wasn't until my daughter wanted to get on TikTok, right? that, I was like, what is this TikTok? I had seen LeBron James do something with his kid or whatever. I just thought it was this little cute little dancing app for teens. And so I was like, let me get on it. Let me download it. Let me vet this to make sure to see what I'm potentially exposing my daughter to, right?
Yeah.
And when I downloaded the app, man, I was like, this is crazy. This, like, I come from the background, what we talked about with my camera, like $5,000 to $6,000, $7,000 cameras, or $30,000 red cameras, right? And you have to understanding, lighting and aperture and shutter speed and, all that stuff. And I was like, you mean to tell me I can create content inside of this app, right? And edit everything. I don't have to go into Final Cut or Adobe Premiere or Avid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In order to get that stuff done. And I was like, this is going to be crazy. So that's when I picked back up and like, this would be perfect for me to actually promote Legendary and actually help people with their businesses. And so that's how I got to the TikTok realm. And, with me being a marketer and doing this, it wasn't hard for me to grow that following. I know that I don't want to sound cocky or anything like that, 'cause that would be crazy. But yeah, but I did my first TikTok video January 15th. And so from January 15th to now, what is that, 37 or something like that days? Yeah, I'm pushing 300. I don't know, it was 320 last night when I went to sleep.
So what would I mean, obviously TikTok, I would think that you would have to say that TikTok has a different level of growth, a different style of being able to blow up a profile that's different than TikTok. Different than YouTube. As being a YouTuber, then and now, what are the differences in your words? What are the differences in YouTube, in TikTok, and speak of it in a marketer's terms? Like, what are the differences between approaching those platforms, building channels on those platforms, and how do you approach each of those channels?
Yeah, so YouTube is a search engine. TikTok, as it stands right now, is a social media platform. And people need to understand, like with all of these platforms, you need to understand that there is a different level of how you need to approach them with your content, right? Again, we'll get to this here in a second, the 3 Ps and Power Publish. But creating content for a search engine is very different. You have to understand SEO. You have to understand with YouTube, you have to understand how to create, good thumbnails, which is going to be the first time somebody even decides if they're going to even watch your content. You have to have professional setups and understand the lighting, and it's long form content, right? You can't get on there and do a 15-second video on YouTube and expect that's not going to happen. You're going to have to do long form content, and their algorithm works a lot different because it can hear what you're saying. Google can hear the audio that you're saying, and keywords and all that stuff, all that headlines, descriptions, all that stuff matters. On TikTok, this is a social platform. You don't have to know anything about search engine optimization, right? And literally just create a fun little dance or skit or something like that, and literally take off and go viral. Like, do more numbers that you would ever even think about doing on YouTube, because it's a social platform. And people need to understand that all of them, Pinterest and everything, Twitter or something like that. Like, when you're creating your content, you need to understand, if I'm creating a piece of content on Twitter, I know that that's only the lifespan of that content is 18 minutes on average.
On where?
On Twitter. The lifespan of content created on Twitter is like 18 minutes. The lifespan of the content on Instagram is like 19 hours. On Pinterest, it's 3.5 months. On Google, which is the search engine, it could be years. And same thing with YouTube. The lifespan on YouTube, the average is like 3.5 months to a year. And so, and as far as I know right now with TikTok, because I'm still kind of learning, I'm not that good at it yet. But as far as I know with TikTok, its lifespan on TikTok is somewhere around a week or two, right? When something takes off. But if you understand that when you start creating your content, you'll know what you need to do in order to reach your audience and to serve the people that you're trying to help out.
Yeah. I'm fascinated. I just got totally distracted by this fact that you are blowing up Pinterest too.
Yeah.
And I'm confused by that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I've never even, can you talk a little bit about that, man?
Yeah. So most people think that Pinterest is this platform for stay-at-home moms that bake cookies and muffins, right? It is not. For anybody listening, it is not. Pinterest is the #3 search engine in the world. Google's #1, YouTube's #2. Pinterest is the 3rd largest search engine in the world, and it's an image-based search engine, right? Google is text, and then they have YouTube, which is video, and then you have Pinterest, which is images. Remember, there's only 4 ways to create content on the internet, ladies and gentlemen: video, images, text, or audio. If you don't think that's right, look at any platform, and it falls in one of those, core elements: video, images, text, or audio. Well, Pinterest is images. And so what people don't understand is, with that being a search engine, search engines are super powerful. When you get something in a search engine, it will reward you over and over and over again. And so people have their blogs, they have YouTube channels. People don't know that you can pin videos in Pinterest. And so one of the reasons I was crushing people is because they had no knowledge of this. Now you guys know. I gave you a little secret there, right? But listen, when you create your blog post, or when you create something on Instagram, or you create something on YouTube, you need to pin that content over at Pinterest, because that search engine will reward you. And so we were talking about the 10 million plus. That's my wife's, like, she's the CEO of Thirsty Roots. That's her thing.
Okay.
Like 52,000 subscribers there, 10 million plus views, right, on Pinterest. But even with my little company and brand, Power Publish, I only have like 2,100 followers, but I'm doing like 1 million views.
Yeah,
Like,
I
not
saw that. I
right.
saw that. I looked it up, and like, I'm looking at hers right now too. Like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
insane.
incredible content. Do you mind if I share?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm fascinated by this, bro. I mean, you're a beast, man. And I'm like,
Thanks.
I'm
Appreciate it.
fascinated by it, man. By this Pinterest piece, just everything that you're doing. I'm just so
Yeah.
impressed.
And you can
And
see there, for like, this works for any niche. Obviously, you guys know me, if you see my TikTok or what you were saying, I'm in music. I do music. That's kind of my thing, music
yeah,
production. And, I come from a background of hip hop. I got a lot of friends and celebrity, like, stuff like that. So my pins, that's what they represent, right? Quotes from, Notorious B.I.G. and stuff like that. That stuff just goes crazy inside of Pinterest. And it doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent, doesn't matter if you're an affiliate marketer, it doesn't matter if you have a lawn care business, or if you have a detail shop, it does not matter. You need to take your content and you need to pin it inside of Pinterest. The
So
amount of traffic is crazy.
I see that your content has sort of, well, yeah, you've got some marketing stuff kind of scattered throughout here.
Yeah.
What would, I'm trying to get an idea and understanding of how somebody would pin a TikTok video, or how somebody would pin an Instagram post or something like that. What is that even? How do you even do that?
Yeah, so I use Chrome. I have an extension inside of Chrome that allows me to just pin stuff right from my Chrome browser.
Okay.
Or you can literally, create your Instagram post, download it, whatever image that you upload to Instagram is on your desktop. You can literally just upload that to Pinterest. And the beautiful thing about what Pinterest does, it allows you to put in your link where you want to direct that traffic. It can be
When
to,
somebody, right.
yeah,
Because I've been looking at ring designs, and when somebody, as a matter of fact, I think I might have some, right. So when I, like, these were different rings designs I was looking at, and like, if I pull this up, then basically, if they click on the image, it goes over to the website.
Exactly.
I got
Exactly. And so whatever your call to action is, whether that's to an affiliate link, whether that's to, your coaching consulting services, or your, whatever it is, whatever landing page or funnel that you want to push somebody through, You just put that link in there as your call to action and sit back and enjoy a lot of traffic. A lot.
Dude, 952,000 monthly views.
Yeah. And that's the little one. That's the baby. Our other brand is 10 million. Can you
10
imagine that for a second? Imagine that for a
No.
second. I won't get into numbers, but imagine you have that channel, 10 million monthly views, and you're selling a product for $12.
No, bro, I can't. Well, I mean, like I know what that sort of traffic can do. You know what I mean? Like, because I've been
Yeah.
generating that level of traffic for a while now on the internet through
Right.
various different ventures. I know what that, I mean, it's all about traffic. It's
Yep.
all about, that's why I'm so fascinated by this, because those of you guys who, it's for me, I think one of the reasons why I've been able to be successful, and I was listening to an interview that I think it was Warren Buffett and Jay-Z did, and Warren was like, never get comfortable with what you have and what you're doing. He was talking about how he looks at companies. So the way he looks at investments and the way that he looks at companies is he looks for founders and operators of the companies who are restless, who are never really, who don't just rest on what they have, rest on their laurels. They're always looking sort of in the rear view mirror, like, and I can identify with that, brother, because of my past.
Yeah.
I can identify with looking in the rear view mirror. I mean, I had a lot of struggles for many years that kept me sort of paranoid. You know what I mean? And I got clean, thankfully.
Yeah.
And I've been clean now for a long time. And
congratulations on that too.
Thank you. But I still have that restlessness about me. So I could identify with what he was talking about. And I'm going somewhere with this. So I want you guys to lean in and listen to this, because I really think this is a major, major key, and why I'm focusing on these different platforms that Calvin is using is because sometimes, or often, people who lose in business, people who lose in marketing, are people who are not restless, like what Warren was talking about. And to me, what restless looks like in digital marketing is TikTok may be going great for you, but what if one day it's not?
Yeah.
What are you going to do then?
Yeah.
Or YouTube might be going great for you, but what if one day it's not? What if one day you lose your channel? Facebook ads might be going great for you, but what if one day you get your account banned? And some of you guys get like a Facebook account ban and you act like it's like the end of your career, like somebody just victimized you. But that's just part of the game, right? What really, where your error was you weren't restless enough in setting up multiple streams of traffic and setting up multiple sources, not particularly of income, but in digital marketing, what's important is that you have multiple sources of traffic, right? Multiple streams of income can get some of us in trouble because we spread ourselves too thin and we take on shiny object after shiny object, and we get into sort of this business opportunity. Like it's just, we all know what that looks like because we've all done it before. But multiple streams of traffic is what digital marketing is all about. So I need to be having traffic coming from multiple platforms. I need to have traffic coming from my email list. I need to build a text message list, which anybody can do that on a platform called Community. And it's getting cheaper and cheaper to have people just text you and subscribe to your email or your text list. I need to have as many, because what if one day what if just one day just something really odd happens and like my traffic just goes way down on TikTok, my YouTube channel gets shut down, my ads account gets shut down, and I'm left with nothing but what? The assets that I own. You don't own TikTok. You don't own YouTube. Everybody has this attitude of entitlement, especially like with this political crap that's gone on where people got banned and then they're like censorship. No, that ain't censorship, bro. What happened was you signed up to a company that had terms of service and they could kick your butt off anytime they want. It's not about, this is not political. This is just understanding what you own and what you don't own, in being restless with the amount of different platforms that you in backups, right? You would never go out. I went fishing one time with a my phone, and my GPS was on my phone, and I had this little solar charger, bro. And you know what? Wasn't no sun that day. Wasn't no sun that day. So guess what? I'm 25 miles offshore, brand new to just learning how to fish, learning how to tell the weather. And I'm out there with no GPS. Why? What was my error? My error was that I didn't have backup. I didn't have a backup plan. So we don't need to let this lesson scare us into scrambling for like multiple streams of income, because I believe that the smart way to create income is to create a cash cow on the front end and then take that money and put it to work somewhere on the back end. Mm-hmm. Stock market, real estate, crypto, gold, cash, diversify, right? But how we create that cash cow, especially as digital marketers on the front end, is we create multiple streams of income: TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, email list, Facebook group, right? So I'm fascinated by this Pinterest piece because Quora, somebody just said Quora. Quora is a beast. You can go in there, answer questions, and pose questions on Quora. So there's all these sort of like, we're just tapping the market, I feel like, Calvin, in terms of our community. And like, I think we're one of the only communities that really is dominating on TikTok and really understands how to create content on TikTok. Yep. We're blessed mainly because of great marketers like you who are willing to kind of give back. But what comes up for you when I'm ranting about this multiple streams of traffic piece?
Yeah, no, this is a good segue to talk about why Perfect. I called my company this one Power Publish, right? We talked about hubs in digital marketing, right? You got digital marketing, and under that umbrella, I was saying internet marketing, email marketing, social media marketing, right? Content marketing. Like, there's a lot of stuff under that umbrella. Well, the reason that I called this company and my brand that I built Power Publish is, out of all the stuff we was doing online, I realized nothing happened until we published some content, right? That's literally, I mean, I have several brands I built, but all of it, nothing happened till we published content. And so you'll see my 3 Ps there. For the audience listening, right? If you understand what I call my 3 Ps, you will be successful, period. And so the 3 Ps are produce, publish, and profit, in that order. You can't get them out of order. So what I mean by that is, you need to understand how to create or produce good content. And remember, there's several platforms. There's social media platforms, there's search engine platforms. There's only 4 ways to create content on those social media and search engines: video, images, text, or audio. So once you understand, okay, I want to solve someone's problem, which platform do I need to be on? Great. You need to be on YouTube, understand that is a video platform. You need to be on Pinterest, understand that's an image platform. But just because you produce the content doesn't mean that you actually you're making money. Because a lot of us have content that we produce is sitting on phones, hard drives, right? It's just because you produced it doesn't mean anything. It's got to be good, but it'll sit. You have to publish it. So that's the second P. You produce it, then you publish it. And publishing it means you need to understand when, where, and how, right, to get that content out there and publishing it. You just can't just throw it out there willy-nilly. There's all of these platforms operate very, very different. They all have different algorithms. They all have different ways that people interact with them. Short form content on TikTok, long form content on YouTube, images on Pinterest. Instagram is more so kind of, building a brand on Instagram. Twitter is more so you need to get a hot take out. But you need to understand how that content works. And then and only then can you get to the third P, which is profit. And I don't just mean monetary value. Profit meaning wealth, influence, and power, right? On my YouTube channel, on the Simple Driver, 84,000 subscribers, that I had a lot of influence. Now with my TikTok channel, growing that to basically up 300-some thousand followers in a month, that's influence. I have a lot of people following me. That's influence. but that also gives me power and it gives me the leverage to be able to do business to business, go to businesses and get sponsorship deals because I can now wield power. And of course, monetary wealth. Yeah, I'm able to, convert that traffic and push it down to funnels. But you're not selling anything. Remember, you're solving people's problems. So those are my three. If you understand those three P's, produce, publish, profit, you will make a lot of money. You can get financially free just understanding those three P's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the piece, about content sitting on your phone.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how, there's something ungodly, like 1 billion minutes of video uploaded to YouTube or something per day. You guys can find the stats very quickly. But the amount of content that's shot, particularly just in this small segment of the world of digital marketers, that then we overanalyze and we start to criticize ourselves and we start to say, I don't like how I sounded or whatever. We just start to kind of beat ourselves up or get insecure about it, which is all normal, by the way. It's all normal. I'm not putting you or me down for doing that because I've done that. I've done that. I used to take 40 takes. We used to have a date night and my wife would be holding the phone and she would be like, I hate you. Like just good enough after her arms like dead. Right. I've been through all this, guys. It's why I can talk about it with so much conviction. It's not just some thing I got interested in and now I'm trying. Look, I've done it. I get it. I understand the struggle of, but you know what? It's about getting out of your own way. And I always say, you don't get the money and then become the person, because I believe our success is dependent upon self-esteem and these elements of really, what does it take to hit publish? It takes some guts. It takes some self-esteem. It takes some, faith, right?
And I always tell people, Dave, that like sitting around and waiting for something to be perfect will ruin you.
Yes.
So let's just talk facts here for a second.
Yeah.
Nothing in this world is perfect, right? And so let me give you a very, very good analogy of what I mean by that. Like Steph Curry is like, he's been deemed the best 3-point shooter in NBA history, right? We all have seen him now on ESPN hit like 105 threes in a row. But guess what? He missed 106 because he's not perfect, but he is consistent. And so what people need to understand in creating their content and getting out here and doing what they need to do to grow their businesses, stop trying to be perfect and just put in the work so that you can be consistent. That's all you can do. You'll never be perfect, but you can sure be consistent. And that will get you past a lot.
Weird how that word just keeps popping up with successful marketers. And people are tired of hearing it because they're like, damn it. I thought there was there was some secret but damn it just keeps coming back to consistency. So I thought this was a good question and maybe a segue in for us to bring this unbelievably powerful conversation in for a landing. And then we clearly have to do a part 2. And I think everybody would be thrilled if you would be willing to come back. So somebody said, Ken said, curious what a weekly schedule would look like. How often, when to post on TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest. I think we're all a little bit curious about, you're clearly a busy guy. You're clearly not sitting around with tons of time on your hand. And you know what? Each one of you guys are likely very busy, whether you've got kids or dogs or another job. None of us have tons of time. We only have 24 hours. And although it seems like a lot, it's not. So how do you approach a week and how do you approach a day in terms of of producing and publishing content?
Right. So the first thing I do is I download the Evernote app because it's free, first of all, and it's an incredible app to be able to organize your content. You need to, for those of you who are really, really trying to make this work, you need to have a content schedule. Right. Just don't wake up one day and just say, I'm going to do this or whatever. Like literally write it out, write a content schedule out for what you want to produce, your content. And if you're doing TikTok, I would say just remember, I just started TikTok. I'm not a TikTok guru. I just started January 15th. I'm still learning it. My daughter's on my payroll because she's like my program manager. She's still helping me figure TikTok out. I haven't figured it out yet. But for right now, I kind of do 3 TikToks. I try to get 3 out a day because it's short form content. You can blast these pieces of content out, especially you have it already organized of what you're going to produce. And so TikTok, you need to get 3 of those out a day. It's short form. If you're on YouTube, minimum, you need to be doing 1 video a week until you can actually, get around to understanding how to edit, because it's a lot. YouTube is a lot. Editing in, Adobe Premiere or Final Cut and stuff like that. So try to get 1 of those out. I haven't even started growing my Power Pluggers YouTube channel yet. It's about to get crazy here in a minute. But 1 a week on YouTube. If you're doing Instagram, 3, 4 posts, because it's easy to just upload that stuff. And then with Pinterest, for any of those pieces of content that you create, it's a simple go to Chrome, download the Pinterest, extension, and you pin any of that content. Pin your videos from YouTube, pin your blog posts. I don't know if you can do any pinning from TikTok yet. I haven't even tried that. But any content that you create, you pin it inside of Pinterest, because you could do that as many times as you want a day. There's no limit to that. And if you're on Twitter, just understand that Twitter, that content only is going to last like 18 minutes, but it's more so for pushing people to some type of a landing page or a sales funnel or something like that. If you really want to get the most out of Twitter, it's not just on there for just blasting out news. Are you still there, Dave? Oh, wait. Hold on.
My bad. No, you're good.
That was you? Oh, okay.
Muted because I just wanted to make sure you were clear with your audio. So,
okay, cool.
So, are you spending 4 hours a day? Are you spending 8 hours a day? Are you spending 1 hour a day? What and are you waking up and getting right to it? What does a day look like? Because I would assume you're doing other things as well.
I spend 3 hours a day working this business. Well, promoting for right now with what I'm doing with Legendary. That takes a total of 3 hours right now. I'll wake up, and do my day-to-day stuff. And then when it comes to looking at the content that I want to produce, I'll do that. I'll edit it out, and then I'll schedule out when I actually want to publish that content on TikTok. That normally takes 2 hours, because I'm lollygagging. I'm watching Stephen A. on ESPN. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I got my other TV over here. so I'm lollygagging around like 2 hours. The other hour comes in with me going live on TikTok, which is very powerful.
So you're also going live for an hour a day on TikTok?
Yeah, something like lately here, it's been like, if I'm being honest, lately here, it's been like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because the people that they're really getting a lot out of my TikTok lives. I try to help a lot of people, man, because reciprocity is, the more you give them, that's a true statement. The more you give, the more you receive. And I'm trying to help people, because not only am I helping the community, right? Affiliate marketers, entrepreneurs, even some people who are in MLM who are, struggling. It's like, you're doing it wrong. Just, you need to understand digital marketing. Yeah. But as I'm doing that, I'm also building a powerful brand, right? My brand up, and I'm also building my authority, which is important to me online, because, anybody can go and check you out and see if you're just lying or something like that, right? You want to have that authority online, so that as you move as a digital marketer or affiliate marketer or online entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it, your name is good in these internet streets, man.
Yeah. No, for real. I mean, it's important. For me, one of the only ways that I've known how to build authority is just what you do, bro. Produce, publish, and profit every day. And and you know what, man? Nowadays, you guys are probably wondering, like, how do you build your authority? I'll tell you, and I'd like to hear your definition of this. My definition, man, is what are other people saying about me, man? if somebody jumps on my lives, what are they saying? Are they saying this is bullshit? He's a liar.
Yep.
Or are people saying I don't have to be an expert. I don't talk about how much money I make or how much money I got. You can drop in the comments, and anybody from anywhere could come on this Facebook page and they could just drop in the comments and see, is there positive comments? Are people excited about what he's talking about? Or is he delivering value? It's not about me standing out in front of I got a beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, I got a beautiful F450 sitting out there. You know what I mean? I got all kind of stuff I could be, but it's not about that. Nobody, because you know what? Nowadays, and this is what I want to really drive this home for a lot of you who have seen this bro marketing and you think that's what you need, or these big success stories. It's not about that anymore, because what most people think when they see you with nice stuff is they think it's rented, or you don't own it, or you're just, it's not yours, right? You're posing next to it on a street. Today, it's less about what you got, and it's more about who you help and how valuable your content is. Lifestyles of the rich and famous, that show's not on TV anymore, right? It's not on TV, right? Now you got Instagram, but a lot of people, you can tell the difference in the engagement of somebody who just is always talking about themselves versus the engagement of a page of somebody who's talking about others and how I can help you. So would you define authority any different or add anything to that?
Yeah, no, just to piggyback off what you said is 100% accurate. And what I tell people when it comes to creating authority, and this is another, I tell people this on my lives all the time. Here's the best way to create authority. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. Right. So here's where I really break this down. Understand, like here in the Atlanta area, they have these they call them urgent cares, right? You can go into the facility and there's a general practitioner doctor in there. Now, here's the crazy thing about this. This doctor is his general knowledge of general health knowledge. He has no, my eyes hurt, I got a headache, I got bump here, and I got an itchy rash or whatever. That's general information. That person has to see a ton of people. They have to know a ton of general knowledge, right? And they work long hours. But then you have the specialist, right? The expert, the brain surgeon. This person only does 4 or 5 brain surgeries a month, right? Gets all the accolades, right? Works less, makes millions of dollars, has the home in the Hamptons or whatever, right? Because they are an expert. They are very niched out. I am an authority in this niche. You can't be an authority in all this other, like if you're trying to do this and do this and do that, you can't be an authority. It's too general. And so when you are building your business, you need, like this, like when I did the Simple Driver, I was in the rideshare niche, right? That is massive. But I wasn't general. I didn't talk about Lyft, Postmates, and DoorDash and all that crap. I strictly talked about Uber drivers. Then I niched it down even further and said business owners. I'm going to show Uber drivers how to be business owners. See how niche that is? I was the brain surgeon. So it was very hard to compete with me because I wasn't talking about all that other stuff. I was very focused, and that got the attention of Uber themselves. That got the attention of people writing books and putting me in the books because I was very focused. I was the brain surgeon of rideshare, right? And so that's how you build authority. You can't build authority talking about some of everything, man. It's just going to be way too hard.
I love that. That was a perfect piggyback. I mean, that was a tag team, hit me, jump in the ring, DDT. Dude, so much knowledge, so much experience. Obviously, we've had your TikTok handle up here the entire time. I know you're going to have a few thousand more friends and fans here, and
Appreciate
you're going
that.
to keep growing. And we're happy to just have you as a part of our community. What would you say, man, to anybody who's thinking about legendary, who's thinking about what if they should get involved in what we're doing and learn the power of this digital marketing game, specifically selling knowledge and selling information as a content creator or as an affiliate?
I would say that you definitely should check Legendary Market out. Here's why, right? Again, not selling you. Let me help you solve a problem, right? If you don't know and understand digital marketing, there's a lot of content out there that is, that refers to affiliate marketing with Legendary. Let me set the record straight. Legendary Marketer is not an affiliate marketing program or platform. It is a digital marketing platform that encompasses affiliate marketing, social media marketing, content marketing, email marketing. If you don't understand how to run your business, right, to sell more products or services, or to do coaching and consulting, or to create a digital product, this platform will help you do that. It is a digital marketing platform, not an affiliate marketing platform. And so that's all I would have to say. And I know you guys probably heard this before, but I don't want to hype it up, Dave, right? But it's world-class training. Like literally the 15-day business builder challenge, which is taught by the man himself, is powerful information in each one of those days that if you just take that alone, it could literally turn your business and your financial trajectory into this, right? You could take that information and you could do so much. We don't have the flashy little Agent J thing that he can wave in front of you, right? To erase that out of your memory. Once you have that information, it's yours forever.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that, bro.
And that's like, reminds me another Buffett quote. I'm a weird dude, bro. I sit up and watch videos of like Charlie Munger. I've been on a Charlie Munger and Buffett kick lately of just watching these old dudes just sit around and talk about, little what their philosophies are and stuff like that. And Warren says the best investment you can make is in yourself. And that's in your communication skills. Just by leveling up your communication skills, your written and your verbal, which, by the way, have you guys noticed how Calvin uses analogies and stories to articulate his points? If you guys are not using analogies and parables and stories to communicate what you want to say, I say never to make a point without telling a story, never tell a story without making a point, because the average person, it resonates with them a lot more. They can understand it when you use examples that they can relate to. But Buffett says if you can increase your written communication skills, your verbal communication skills, you can double, triple, quadruple your income fast, like within a year or two, right? You can imagine that. Imagine somebody who's sitting on this live today, which, by the way, we're live, right? So those of you who are also like, well, oh, Calvin goes live over here. Calvin's live here too, because we're going live as well.
Yeah.
But man, imagine somebody sitting on this live, bro, and wanting to get out of a job or working, earning an income that's sort of just over broke, and they just want to expand and just committing for a year to just level up their communication skills, which is something that, guys, if you think that this is anything like digital marketing is communication, it is communication. It's just using the platforms that we all have available, but it's communicating. Just imagine, man, how somebody could really make, like, I get excited when I think about how somebody could really make a powerful decision to take just such simple advice like what Buffett said. The best investment you can make is in yourself. And in this next year, make this year really plant some serious seeds that then grow fruit and trees that, like you said, nobody can ever take away from you. Nobody can ever take, man. That's a powerful thought. And that's what brings me to this platform every day and gets me excited about coming to work and makes work feel fun to me, not like work, is because this is so powerful. This information, these skills, when you develop them, nobody can ever, and you are a beautiful and wonderful and just absolutely epic example of that. From the music to the Uber to what your wife is doing to what you're doing now, and you're passing on and doing it with your kids, brother.
Yep.
It is a beautiful thing, and I just want to validate and honor you for that. And thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, brother. Now you guys go and follow this man. We're going to have him back. Calvin, be well, be legendary. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
Talk to you later, Dave. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Peace.
Guys, that's that dude right there. He's really a cool guy who I think is going to be fantastic for your network, right? And what is so powerful about legendary is that you grow your network, you grow your net worth. And in the meantime, you develop your skill sets to be able to create something that can create income that nobody can ever take away from you. The most powerful thing. And if you want to be legendary, by the way, those of you who have asked for shirts and hats and stuff like that, you can go to belegendary.shop. Okay. belegendary.shop. And you can grab you a hat. I like the fitted hat. All right. It's the flex fit. I'm telling you, I wear this thing every day. The shirts, the hoodies, the sweatpants, baby, get geared up. All right. All right, my friends. See you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Please drop some comments for Calvin so he can come back and read and feel the love. I know you guys have done that all morning. We've ran over an hour once again. Remember, you can hear these replays and recordings on any major podcast platform. Just type in Wake Up Legendary, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another episode. Peace.